welcome you into the Pride pregame show. We're getting you set for volleyball here tonight. It's pink out night. It's Greensboro College and William Peace as we begin to go through the round two, if you will, of the USA South Conference schedule. Kendrick Fruit, Stephen Whitenhouse here with you as we get you set for today's game. How about Greensboro? Winners of 10 consecutive games, which is the 8th longest streak in all of Division III volleyball right now.
Yeah, what a special season so far. Undefeated in conference play. Took care of business last week on a tough road match against Southern Virginia. And that was a big test. That was kind of one of their couple big tests they've had recently. One was Salem, which they defeated, and then went on the road to Southern Virginia. So they'll still play those teams again, but certainly they passed the first test. And so Saturday, they took care of business too. So certainly been an exciting season.
And obviously, Stephen, we're not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, but just a side note I want to add to that. While you still have to play Southern Virginia again, that's a dominant team, I think you got to feel good that you got that road game out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, Southern Virginia in every sport's pretty tough to play, especially in their gym. So to get a nice 3-1 win there, was pretty impressive. It was kind of a statement. Salem was kind of that first statement win per se, and then Southern Virginia was the next one. And so they'll still have to have some more statement wins this year. They're not done, but the first go-round, at least through conference play, has certainly gone Greensboro's way, and now we're kind of working towards the back half of that conference play where you're playing everybody the second time.
Greensboro coming off of a tri-match on Saturday where they took down North Carolina Wesleyan in conference play, sitting 2 games ahead of Salem. They're 9-0 in conference play, then defeated Trinity Baptist in the second game. And one of the good things about that, you get your conference game out of the way, you jump out to an early lead against your non-conference opponent, allows other people that maybe don't normally get a ton of playing time to really get some good opportunities. Charlotte Michaels had one of her best games of the season, and not just her, but she was the first name that popped into my mind. And it's good to see kind of everybody get in on the action on Saturday.
Funny enough, we'll hear from Coach Bowe here in just a second, but that's what he talks about. Charlotte had a big game in that Trinity Baptist game. We got to see some other players play well. Anjali Allen's had a great year as a freshman. She's even though she's behind a couple of seniors in Carla Del Castillo and Taylor Cody, she's had a great season. She's thrown a lot of potential. Really excited about her future. But she talks about Charlotte Michaels, almost a 10-kill performance. So good to see the depth that Greensboro has. Obviously, we got out of there healthy as well, so that's good. So, right now, again, everything is rolling pretty well. But tonight's another big one, should be a big crowd tonight on a Tuesday, pink out night. William Peace, as Coach Bud will tell you, they've got some good players, so it's going to be another test for Greensboro.
Greensboro defeated William Peace 3-1 in their conference opener this year before going on the road and dropping a couple up in Virginia against a couple ODAC opponents. But what kind of things can we take away from the first round of matches against William Peace that we can take into tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, again, you'll hear from Coach Bowe, but, they've got a really good outside hitter. We're going to have to block her well to kind of keep her contained, similar to what they're going to have to do with Peyton Shiflett. But they've got some good players, and so obviously took a set in that first match. But it was a good win for Greensboro. Any road win in conference play is a good win. But they're going to, they're going to come, ready to play. So Greensboro, they can't take anybody lightly per se. Certainly not William Peace because, again, it was a competitive match the first go-around. They've got some good players. So so far, Greensboro has come out and really had a lot of energy every game, road and home. And so hopefully that trend continues.
One of the big keys for the Pride this year have been just don't beat yourself, because we know how talented this team is. When you're on a big run like this, 10-game win streak now, 9-0 in conference, how difficult is it to stay focused and to continue to say, hey, we still have a job to do, or else the flip side just go, we're rolling right now.
So I think for this team, it's unique because I think if it's a team that hasn't quite had the history of the last couple of years, you probably do, see some of those things come in. But I think this team is so motivated the last couple of years, 2 years ago getting to the conference championship, and then, losing in the first round last year at home. They have a lot of motivation. This senior class, they're focused. I don't think necessarily the record matters, in the sense of, we're just going to take it easy. I think they are laser focused on that conference championship. And so anybody that, comes in their way, they're ready to go. I don't think they step on the court thinking about their record or the other team's record. I think Coach Bowe's done a great job of keeping them focused. And like I said, they're they've got that motivation in the back of their mind every day of this is our year, this is our conference championship, and we're not going to let anybody get in the way of that.
And, I think, too, hearkening all the way back to preseason, they talked a little bit about how they realized, hey, this is our shot. This is our opportunity. We've got the senior veteran class. And I think even the underclassmen realized, hey, this may be our best shot in a while. So I think you talk about that focus, and that's a scary thing for an opposition to face a team like Greensboro that's as focused as they are. One of the neat things about not just the volleyball team, but the campus in general, obviously, is the fact that because we are a smaller school, a lot of times we can kind of scale the focus back from athletics a little bit, because as much as we're obsessed with sports here, you don't have to take our words for it. There are bigger things in life than the volleyball match or than athletics in general. And pink out this weekend, absolutely a huge deal here on campus. You'll see pink decor all over the place, a reminder for breast cancer awareness. Just really neat to see all the efforts and measures being put in this week.
Yeah, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee has done a great job with promoting this week. We'll have a couple more pink out days with soccer tomorrow, and then soccer on Saturday as well. They'll have their pink out. But if you can't make it tonight, we'll tell you a little bit about there's decorations. There's a table out here. Donations are being taken. So it's definitely an important night, and it's cool because the students have taken the lead on it. This is really a student led event here today, and then also tomorrow and Saturday. Raising obviously awareness for breast cancer, being Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in October, and so this week, Greensboro College and the athletics department, kind of putting the focus on breast cancer awareness, and so I think the students have done a great job with promotion. Again, you'll see it tonight. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. We'll have a little pregame, read and just kind of remembrance of those who have passed, or those who may be dealing with it now. So like you said, Kendrick, it's really it's easy to get caught up in the daily grind of the sport and practice and games and things like that. But I think today is a really good reminder of there are a lot more important things right now that are going on than just a game. So I think we'll be reminded of that today, and I think it'll be a fun day and a fun week too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what they say, and I'm not telling you anything new, but if you don't personally know someone who is dealing with it, then someone that someone close to them is going through it, and so obviously this is a thing that touches a lot of our lives. But getting back to the game here today, I'll let you set up the interview with Coach Bo. You had a chance to talk to him earlier.
Yeah, Coach Bo, I talked to him for a few minutes earlier. He took time out of his busy schedule again to talk to us. And like I said, he's going to talk a little bit about last week. We're going to review, some of the games from last week, and also preview tonight. He's going to talk about some of William Peace's key players and what Greensboro needs to do in order to win.
Minutes away from getting this one started. Should be a fun night here at Haynes Gym. It's the Pride, it's the Pacers, and it's coming up on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us here on the pregame show. Wanted to talk real quick about this past week. We had 3 games, one on the road in particular against Southern Virginia. Big win on the road in Buena Vista. Southern Virginia, a really solid team, one of the better teams in our conference, and you guys were able to come away with a 3-1 win. So I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on that match and kind of what you saw from your team there.
Yeah, obviously it's one of the matches we circled on our schedule to start the year. They were the preseason number 1, so definitely one that we wanted to get after. I think we showed a lot of resilience. We were up 17-9 in the first set and somehow let that first set slip away. So that game could have went really either way in that second set, but the girls really rebounded nicely. We started passing the ball a little bit better. Ball control just really stepped up, and we started putting the ball down a little bit more. So I was really happy with the way we responded after that first set loss, which, shouldn't have happened, but it did. And the girls showed a lot of resiliency and coming back and getting that match.
How does something like that, excuse me, have a big lead and then kind of, end up losing it, usually usually for some teams that can kind of, spiral into the next set, but you have a pretty veteran team that has seen a lot. Yeah. So do you think that's kind of that was a factor in just saying, hey, let's just wash it away and move on to the next set?
Yeah, we talked about it in our huddle as it was kind of going on. We just really got complacent in what we were doing. Like we came out with a lot of fire, a lot of intentionality about what we were doing. And then we got that 17-9 lead, came out of a timeout. They just kept, pressing us a little bit. And then just kind of our technique kind of fell apart a little bit. And just in between sets, we just said, hey, we're going to be fine. We just got to get back to the basics, make sure we're moving our feet, get into the ball, passing the ball well, and give ourselves an opportunity to keep the ball out of the net. So once we did that and we got our focus back, I think we were fine.
So then Saturday, we had two games. Won a conference game against NC Wesleyan to move to 9-0 in the conference, and then another non-conference win against Trinity Baptist. Tell me a little bit about Saturday, and also, getting to see, show off your depth a little bit. Got to see a lot of players play. So just kind of tell me your thoughts on Saturday.
Yeah, I think it was, we never take anybody in the conference lightly. Even North Carolina Wesleyan has put up some good matches here recently, so we wanted to make sure we had focus on that match. It was a good opportunity Saturday to see a lot of our team play. I think everybody got in the matches. We were able to see, Larkin set. We were able to see Joe in the middle a little bit. We saw Charlotte come through with 9 kills in that second match. So it's awesome to see. And this is something we talk about. Everybody on our team can play, and we're excited to see them get on the court. We're being good teammates, and it was just fun to see everybody have some success. Brecken coming in both of those matches and being a great passer, being a server, and actually getting her first college kill, I think, in that second match.
She was a great outside hitter too.
Yeah, what a great way to finish that second match with Brecken putting that ball down.
Awesome. No, that was a lot of fun. So let's move on to tonight. You got William Peace. Tell us a little bit about William Peace and kind of what some of their strengths are.
Yeah, I know the record doesn't show it, but they're actually really good. I think they got some really strong hitters. I think they have the rookie of the week this week. Outside hitter that's really, really good. They've got some middles. I think their setter is really, really good, and she's aggressive, which is always a challenge for us to have a setter who can, jump front row, put a ball down, or dump and find spots. And they blocked the ball really well against us the first time we played. So I think it's definitely a challenge for us. We want to start off the week really well. I mean, it's a busy week for us playing 4 matches this week. But we don't want to take anything for granted. We got to take it one day at a time, one match at a time, and not get too far ahead of ourselves. So we want to make sure we have the right focus going into the night.
Awesome. Good deal. And don't forget, fans, tonight is Pink Out Night in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you are coming out to the game, be sure to wear your pink. So, Coach, thank you so much for joining us here on the pregame show, and we'll see you here in just a little bit.
All right. Appreciate it.
And it is with that backdrop we welcome you in to Haynes Gym here on the campus of Greensboro College as we get set for Greensboro College volleyball as they take on William Peace. First time they have a repeat opponent here in the USA South in the 2025 season. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, should I say at this point. Kendrick Fruits here with you as we get set for Greensboro College and William Peace. The Pride come into today 15-2 in conference play, or 15-2 overall, and 9-0 in the USA South. William Peace 8-11 and 1-6 in conference play. But again, as we've heard already, today is also Stand Up to Cancer Night, Pink Out, if you will, and obviously, as we have talked about throughout the pregame show, so much more going on here today than just volleyball. We're all here for the athletics, obviously, but we'll certainly be so much more tonight than the festivities themselves, and so we'll certainly be mindful of that as they have a pregame ceremony as well about to begin, and we're going to hop in with the public address for this as well. So I'm just kind of trying to time it out right now. We'll certainly talk volleyball. We'll certainly get ready to go here in a little bit. But like I said, there are some things that just take a little bit more precedent than athletics. And I've got to give a tremendous amount of credit to the student athletes here at Greensboro College who really took it upon themselves to put this Pink Out on. And as they've been able to raise awareness and to draw attention to such a serious thing as breast cancer awareness. Obviously, everyone either affected by it or someone who has been. So we
we want to step aside now, and I'm going to turn it over to our public address announcer.
While the lifetime risk for women remains about 1 in 8, the work continues beyond this month alone. An estimated 42,000 U.S. women will die from breast cancer in 2025. Early detection and regular exams matter. When caught in its earliest, localized stages, the 5-year relative survival rate is 99%, 8% higher than the overall survival rate. Advances in early detection and treatment methods have significantly increased breast cancer survival rates in recent years, and there are currently over 4 million breast cancer survivors in the United States. We proudly recognize and thank the Greensboro College community and the Kinesiology Club and the greater community for helping us in our fight. We will continue to support those affected because we all fight together at Greensboro College. At this time, I would like to ask that we all stand, if able, and display our Stand Up to Cancer signs if you got one out in the lobby, as we observe a moment of silence for those that we've lost their battle. All right, fans, the NCAA and the USA South
Such a great moment here. Again, a show of unity before the college athletics takes center stage here today in Haynes Gym. As again, a reminder that cancer does touch us all and how important it is to make sure that you take care of yourself and make sure that anything that ever comes up as a red flag, you certainly want to get looked at it. We certainly encourage you to take care of your body. Now, as we get set for today's game, Greensboro College took down William Peace by a score of 3-1 in Raleigh earlier this year. That was the first conference game that Greensboro College played this year. That came back on September the 10th. And as we get ready for today's game, obviously some interesting situations here and an interesting development that we were just made aware of a little bit ago. We were obviously talking about and preparing for a very, very key part of this William Peace lineup. And we are finding out that she is not available today. And that will be number 12, Aaliyah Anderson, not in the lineup today. She is actually in a walking boot as the starting lineups are being announced. So we were certainly talking about how the team was prepping for her and what they were going to do, what they were going to have to do to try to balance to her out or try to equalize her. And then now it turns out they're going to have to shift gears a little bit, and focus will go on a couple of other players. We'll certainly highlight a few of them as we get set for today's game. Obviously, some of the key names here offensively, for William Peace. With Anderson out, you look at some of the players who will be key on the attack. Aubrey Chesson, 197 kills this year, hitting percentage just under 200. Also, you look at 122 kills from Caitlin Bailey as well. Leading server this year in terms of aces, 39 for Savannah Hare during the course of the year. And, of course, the libero Gracie Payne, 348 digs during the course of this 2025 campaign. As for Greensboro, a lot of the usual suspects, if you will, offensively and or really just in the lineup in general. And for the Pride, coming off of a win in both of their tri-match contests on Saturday against NC Wesleyan and Trinity Baptist. And I think one of the key things for the Pride is the fact that they've got everybody pretty warmed up and ready to go. They were able to get just about everybody in this lineup some considerable playing time over the weekend. So even some players that maybe have not been able to play a ton recently, should be feeling pretty fresh and ready to go. So we get set for the national anthem. We'll step aside. When we come back, it's the Pride, it's the Pacers, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. All right, well, we're getting set to get this one underway. Greensboro College back in action here at Haynes Gym for what will be their third out of 3 straight home matches before hitting the road in a couple of days to take on Methodist. In fact, after today, the Pride with just 1, 2, 3, 4 more home matches in conference play in 2025. They lead the USA South standings, but if you talk to any of the players on the team, one thing they'll tell you, they're not worried about that. They're taking this one game at a time, one match at a time, and one set at a time, and they said, look, we've got to focus on today. We can't control what anybody else is doing. We can only control us. For Greensboro, the lineup out there today, you'll see Klingen, Smith, Rokov, Templeton, Del Castillo, Shiflett out there for the Pride. Grace Young as well. Lineup for the Pacers: Gracie Payne, Aubrey Chesson, Megan Brilski, Tamika Adams out there, as well as Sarah Yates and Caitlin Bailey. And with that, we're about ready to get this one underway. Final score, the first time these two teams squared off, Greensboro won it again 3-1. They lost the first one 25-22, then wins of 25-16, 25-14, 25-17. One of the big numbers I'm going to be looking at today is the hit percentage. Greensboro hit percentage 247, 160 for William Peace here so far this year. So we'll see if Greensboro forces the Pacers into a lot of errors. Klingen Smith puts this one in the air. We are underway. The attack there by Bailey, blocked partially out in front. Del Castillo has hers blocked as well. William Peace, the first point of the contest. Rokov gives it a good effort, but not able to come down with it. William Peace leads it 1-0. Quick substitution early coming in is Jacqueline Janisek. And she will serve this one over. Taken there by Brooks, almost stumbled a little bit. Templeton, Shiflett with a little push. That's taken care of by William Peace. There's a good dig there by Mayfield. Shiflett with the attack, mid-range across the other way. Brilski puts this one up in the air. And the attack by Yates turned aside by Brooks. That was Young, rather, with it. A quick push. Good job by Rokov to go down and get that one. Shiflett. Now Young, just a free ball, sending it over. Brilski, the attack by Adams. Greensboro with it, and a quick push there by Del Castillo. Going down to get it is Janisek, though. Attack is taken by Young. Templeton and Shiflett with an acrobatic attempt. Not able to get it over the net. 2-0 in favor of the Pacers now. It'll be another serve for Janasek. Yeah, you saw the final score that first time, how well they were played, how tightly William Peace played Greensboro. Good job by Templeton on the quick dump. And Shiflett's attack is turned aside, and it's 3-0 Pacers. I want to say that was Adams that got a hand on it at the net. And William Peace, an early 3-0 advantage. Janasek on the serve, sends it over. Shiflett to Mayfield. Back to Shiflett, pushing this one towards the corner. Greensboro on the board. You know, we've talked about the power of Peyton Shiflett this year. This time you see the finesse. She's able to find the open spots on the court and just push the ball over. Templeton on the serve. Jalen sends it across. Going down to get it. Janasek and hits it out of bounds as she crosses in to the scoring table was Brilski, and Greensboro with another point, 3-2. Templeton on the serve, sends it across, taken there by Payne to Brilski. Attack by Adams. Greensboro sending it back the other way. Shiflett's partially blocked and will hit the ground, point Greensboro. Shiflett's attack, I think Adams got a finger on it. Going down to get it was Janasek, but not able to do anything other than just knock it sideways. So we're all square at 3 in the early going of set number 1. Templeton with another serve, sends it across to Payne. To Brilski, attack blocked there by Del Castillo, kept in, and a quick dump there by Brilski. Templeton to Rokov, partially blocked out in front, point Greensboro, they're going to take the lead. Yates got a hand on it, but that one caroms towards the bleachers, and Greensboro up 4-3. Templeton on the serve. Down to get it, Payne. To Brilski, attack there by Yates, blocked out in front by the Pride, but out of bounds. And we're all square at 4. Checking in now, Savannah Hare, the sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. She will serve for the Pacers as we're all even. Hare's serve hitting off the top of the net. Greensboro back out in front, 5-4. Young will check out for the Pride. And Shiflett on the serve. That one just off the top of the net. We're square at 5 again. So right when Greensboro grabs an advantage, a service error from Shiflett makes it a 5-5 contest. Payne, the junior, transfer from Mount Olive, serves to Mayfield. Templeton. Rokov has her attack blocked. That was Aubrey Chesson, and it's 6-5, William Peace. Cody coming in for the Pride. Mayfield serve goes across to Hare. Brilski going across is Chesson. Has that turned aside? I think that was Rokov. Yep, it was. Skylar Rokov with the block. And Greensboro now leading by 2. Mayfield on the serve. Brilski, Chesson, that attack will find the net just outside the outstretched arms of a diving Shiflett. And it is 7-6 now. Brilski to serve. A low liner. Brooks goes down to get it to Templeton to Cody. Off of the fingertips of Brilski. Taylor Cody gets herself on the score sheet here, and Greensboro leads at 8-6. Lily Burson checking in. Rokov will come out. (8-6) Pride. Greensboro currently holding the 8th longest winning streak in all of Division III women's volleyball. That one comes our way and out of bounds. Point Greensboro, 9-6. Thought I was about to have to make a diving stop myself to save the equipment. Doubt it gets me on the stat sheet, but thankfully nobody had to see that. Burson on the serve. Brilski to Chesson. Mayfield to Templeton. Shiflett trying to push this one over into the middle. That's Brilski. Now a quick push by Chesson, not high enough into the top of the net. 10-6 Greensboro now. 4 early digs, Grace Young. 3 early assists for Templeton. 3 early kills for Rokov. Serve there a little bit too strong. A point for William Peace, 10-7. Chesson on the serve here for William Peace. Pacers coming off a matchup against Salem. I'll tell you about that in a second. As Brooks pushes this one over to Payne. To Brilski, attack there by Yates. Good job by the Pride to keep that one alive. Brooks off the top of the net to Payne. Going up to get it is Bailey. Greensboro keeps it alive. Cody now on the attack, too strong. I think Greensboro saying they might be off the fingertip. It is, and the Pride get the point. Initial ruling was a point to William Peace. It has been reversed by the officials. Greensboro gets a point. Taylor Cody off of that front line block. Greensboro's advantage is 4. Young on the serve, a little low liner across to Chesson. Here comes the attack by Yates. Too strong. Greensboro lead is 5. William Peace swept by Salem a couple of days ago. Their last win came on the 10th of October against Methodist. Attacked by Yates, taken easily there. Templeton with a quick dump. Could not get it over the net. She tried to quickly just flick it over the top of the tape. Not able to get enough altitude on it. 12-8 the score. I think I said Methodist. That was incorrect. Their last win, William Peace's, came against Meredith on the 8th. Templeton to Shiflett, and Shiflett's attack is blocked out of bounds. 13-8 Greensboro. Klingensmith going to come in and serve now. Templeton 5 assists already, well on her way to what could be another really strong night for her. Serve from Klingensmith to Brilski. Attack there by Yates. Shiflett looking for another attack. It's riding along the top of the net. Finally taken by the Pacers. Attack there by Bailey. And Greensboro can't clean it up. 13-9. Klingensmith out. Mayfield back in. Three kills Shiflett. 3 for Rokov. 2 for Cody in the early going. Serve there for Janicek. Here comes Shiflett again, puts a little something on it. Off of the fingers of Brilski, out of bounds, 14-9. I know we've talked about Shiflett and how aggressive she can be on the attack, but it almost feels like she's got a little something extra on it tonight. Templeton on the serve, a low sinker, that's going to drop down for an ace. Going down to get it, Janicek, and pretty much just punched it on the ground forward. 15-9 Greensboro, and we're going to have a timeout taken on the court. We'll take it with them. Pride lead at 15-9 in set 1 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Following the timeout, Templeton on the serve to Janicek, to Brilski, and the attack there. Greensboro able to get to it. Mayfield, good job keeping that one alive. Rokov just quickly puts it over to Payne. To Brilski, attack there by Adams. Greensboro had it for a moment, couldn't keep it going. And William Peace with their 10th point. (15-10) the score. Savannah Hare with the serve to Young. Templeton setting up Shiflett off of the fingertips of the blocker and out of bounds. 16-10 Pride. Brooks checking in now as Young comes out. Shiflett on the serve. Jousting for it at the net, and point Greensboro. 17-10. Adams going for it. I think it was against either Rokov or Del Castillo. 17-10. Shiflett just getting over the net. Brilski, there's the attack by Chesson out of bounds. Point to William Peace, though, as Greensboro went up to block it and got a hand on it. 17-11 here on Pink Out. At least the first of what will be a week-long Pink Out to Templeton. Rokov trying to push this one into the middle, going down to get it. Great job there by Hare. There's the attack. Great job the other side by Shipley, keeping it alive. Here comes Brooks. That's blocked at the net. Brilski, this one across to Payne. Chesson on the attack. Greensboro gets to it. Mayfield, great job. Rokov keeps it alive. Shiflett dives, cannot do the same. An acrobatic attempt by the Pride, but it ends up a point for the Pacers. 17-12, the Greensboro advantage. Sent over to Mayfield, quickly hit to Shiflett. Brooks just quickly trying to get it over. Quick dump there by Brilski. Mayfield trying to do the same, quickly sending it right back. Brilski to Chesson on the attack. Shiflett dives, keeps that one alive. Templeton doing the same. And now Mayfield just gets it over to Janicek, to Brilski. Another push by Chesson. Brooks is there ready for it to Templeton. And the attack, Rokov, touched by Del Castillo to Shiflett. Del Castillo just throws it over. Wow, what a volley here between these two. That one just blocked. Greensboro keeps it alive. Mayfield to Templeton, to Brooks, trying to push it into the middle. Point Greensboro. There was also a score correction, now 19-11. And well, maybe. Now the officials are telling us to wait, so we'll hold off and see. Now they're saying 17-13. Well, we'll see. I guess that's what we're doing there, a little correction. But Del Castillo's attack is turned aside. Shiflett going down to get it. Now Templeton. Now Brooks on the attack. That's going to be taken by Payne to Brilski. Chesson on the attack. Turned aside at the net by Del Castillo. And it's a point for the Pride, 18-13 now. So a little bit of score confusion, but I think we're all good now. I saw three different things in three different places. This is to Janicek, to Brilski. A quick push over attempted by Chesson. Could not get enough air on it. Into the net it goes. 19-13 Pride. Greensboro's advantage 6. We talked about the errors for both sides. William Peace has only committed 4 so far. 4 for the Pride as well. The difference, the hit percentage, though, Greensboro's well higher. There's a nice block, Rokov and Cody. The tandem block, 20-13. And a timeout taken by the Pacers. Greensboro goes on a good run. The last timeout was 15-9. The lead was 6. Now the lead 7. Greensboro on top here in set number 1 of the Greensboro College Sports Network. Well, following the timeout, Greensboro with a 20-13 advantage. Sent in the air by Mayfield. Off of the side of the hand of Janicek, 21-13 Pride. Mayfield to serve. Morgan sends it across, taken there by Hare to Brilski. Just having to get it over, free ball there by Hare. Now the attack, Rokov has it sent right back to her. But into the net was William Peace, so the point goes to Greensboro, 22-13, their advantage 9. Cantley McCown checking in for Rokov now. Breckenbar in for the Pride as well. Mayfield to serve. Morgan sends it across towards the back, too strong. And 22-14 the score. Mayfield was featured recently on the Getting to Know podcast. Really neat. The director of sports information, Stephen Weidenhouse, and myself had an opportunity to get to know the off-the-court Morgan Mayfield. And just how humble she is. Really enjoyed our conversation with her, just like we enjoyed that attack from Taylor Cody, finding some empty space, and it's 23-14. McCown checks out for Burson. Baxley checking in as well for Templeton. 23-14 Greensboro. Burson puts it in the air. Taken there by Chesson. Now back to Chesson for the attack. Off the fingertip of a blocker. Goes back to Barr. Here's Brooks on the attack. Now taken the other way. Chesson tries to push it over off of Baxley. Baxley went up to block it and really had good leverage there, but the ball just kind of fell off to the side of Larkin. And it's 23-15. So Chesson to serve. That one just over the top of the tape. Baxley to Cody. Off of the fingertip of a blocker, 24-15 Pride. Young and Shiflett checking back in now for Greensboro as they look to put the finishing touches on this opening set. Grace Young had 7 aces the other day. Sends this one over to Chesson. Taken there by Bailey. Now Chesson just pushing it over. And a double hit called against William Peace. Greensboro with a point, and we'll take set number 1. 25-15 your score. We'll step aside. Set 2 when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Quick look at some of the numbers from set number 1. Hit percentage .031 for William Pete, .300 for Greensboro. Pride with 13 kills, 7 for the Pacers, 5 aces for the Pride, and 1 for William Peace. Leaders for William Peace so far, Chesson with 3 kills. Leader in assist is Brilski with 6. And the leader in aces, well, it's Payne with 1. She also has 4 digs, tied with Brilski for the team lead. For Greensboro in kills, it's Shiflett with 5. Honorable mention to Cody and Rokov with 4 each. 9 assists for Jalen Templeton. 2 aces for Jalen as well. 5 digs for Mayfield and 5 for Grace Young. We're ready to get this second set underway as Greensboro took the first by a score of 25-15. Ready to get the second started here in just a moment. Also tell you what else is going on around the USA South tonight. The answer is quite a bit of non-conference action. Bridgewater is at Southern Virginia. Warren Wilson is at Brevard. Pfeiffer in a conference match against Salem, NC Wesleyan at Meredith. We'll give you those scores here in a little bit. But for now, we're ready to get the second set underway. Brilski ready to send it skyward for the Pacers, and she does. Across to Young, to Cody. Shiflett having to wait on it. That one is dug out by Payne. Here comes the attack by Chesson off of the fingertips of somebody up front. Now to Young, then to Mayfield. Shiflett has her attack just touched, goes quickly over Templeton to Mayfield. See if Greensboro can reset. Shiflett tries to push it across and saved there by Brilski. Now to Payne, sending it over with a little push there is Bailey. He can't do anything with it. Little miscommunication there. You see Templeton, Young, and Burson all saying, hey, my bad there. Let's clean that up communication-wise. And once again, for the second straight set, first point goes to the Pacers. Again, a serve, Brilski. This one just catching the top of the tape and rolling over. Templeton keeping it alive now. Shiflett with it. That's going to be kept alive by Myers. Quick over Greensboro. Seems caught off guard there, Templeton. And then Shiflett not ready to clean it up, or not able to clean it up, 2-0. Remember, the first set, though, was 3-0 Pacers until Greensboro went on a bit of a run. It's 2-0 here now. Brilski too strong to the back, and Greensboro with a point, 2-1. So we'll see Klingensmith and Del Castillo check in now. Klingensmith on the serve. Sends it high across. Set up there by Brilski. Attack there by Chinigo. Jordan Chinigo, think that's the first time we've called her name tonight, and that attack extends the Pacer lead 3-1. Chesson on the serve now. Sends it across. Burson to Templeton. Shiflett, a sinking liner dug out there by Payne. Now to Brilski, attack there. Greensboro keeps it alive. Templeton. Shiflett again trying to go for the far back corner. Kept alive there by Chesson. Attack there sent over by Yates. Now to Shiflett again. That one's going to get down. Shiflett off of the top of the tape. Finds a little bit of floor right before Gracie Payne able to dive down and get it. So Greensboro cuts the deficit to 1. We are early in set number 2. Templeton sends it across. Going down to get it is Payne. To Brilski. Attack there, Yates. Did it catch the corner? It did. And it is now 4-2. Great job there by Yates to find the corner while Greensboro was kind of concentrated towards the middle of the court. Serve taken by Mayfield to Templeton. Shiflett trying to go down for it. And this one out of bounds. Second hit by William Peace, a little bit too strong and actually sent backwards and sent a couple of Pacers sprinting towards the back line to try to even keep it alive, which they couldn't do. Greensboro takes advantage. Shiflett now on the serve, sent over to Chesson. And that one blocked. Adams had it blocked there by Del Castillo. They send it over to Mayfield, to Templeton. Del Castillo has her attack blocked. Mayfield there to clean it up. There's Shiflett and pushed over by Brooks. Now to Payne. To Brilski. They send it across. A quick push. Greensboro trying to look to get something going. Rokov's attack is denied, and Shiflett cannot keep it alive. 5-3. Strong play up front for the Pacers. Yates, Brilski, and Chenigo. Check that. Adams, Brilski, and Chenigo there. Sent across by Janasek. Attack there by Brooks. And a point for Brooks. Brilski went up for the block and sent it careening out of bounds. 5-4. Serve here for Mayfield, sends it across. Brilski, just a quick dump over. There's the attack by Cody, too fast for Payne. Greensboro ties it up. Cody picking up her 5th kill. Mayfield again on the serve. Chesson to Brilski. Good job by Shiflett on that attack, and a quick send over by Brooks. Payne to Brilski. Adams on the attack. Cody tried to keep it alive, could not do so. Goes out of bounds. Point for William Peace. 6-5. Seen a little bit of miscommunication by the Pride a couple of times tonight. This one served across to Mayfield, to Cody. Rokov just trying to push it across to Brilski. Adams trying to do the same over the tape. Greensboro called for a net foul, and it'll be 7-5. Well, the Pride knew it was going to be a fight tonight. Shiflett to Templeton. Brooks on the attack, into the face of Adams. Point Kelsey Brooks. Brooks with her 2nd of the evening, and again pulls Greensboro to within 1. Burson on the serve here for the Pride. Burson serve, taken across with Janasek. To Brilski, the Chesson too strong, and Greensboro has tied it up. Chesson with the error there, putting too much on it, and we have a 7-7 score in set number 2. Burson on the serve, that goes across to Payne. To Brilski. Chesson again, just keeping it inside the line. Nice attack there for Aubrey Chesson, the freshman from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Keeping it just inside the near side boundary and regaining the lead for William Peace. Payne on the serve, sends this one to Shiflett, to Templeton. Over to Cody, tries to find the back line, but waiting for it was William Peace. Chesson now trying to do the same. Templeton is there in kind. Brooks on the attack, off the fingertip, a whistle. And a foul there at the net on the Pacers. Greensboro gets the point. We're tied at 8. Young to serve for the Pride. Going down to get it was Myers, trying to keep it alive. Payne just trying to give a little bit of breathing room with that free ball. Shiflett's attack is turned aside, and a point for the Pacers. Excellent play up front again. Brilski there, Yates there as well. Check, that was Chenigo and Brilski there. And William Peace leads it by 1 again, 9-8. Sent over to Burson, to Templeton. Cody looking for the back corner, yes! Taylor Cody sharpshooting the corners tonight, 9-9. Neither of these teams can find any distance away from each other. Clayton Smith to serve now. Sends this one, might have been going out of bounds, but played anyways by the Pacers. Chesson's attack block, but out of bounds. Point William Peace. Serve here for Aubrey Chesson. Sends it over to Burson. Young's trying to send it forward closer to the net. It's going to be pushed across by Shiflett. And a diving effort by Payne. They can't do anything with it. Greensboro ties it again. I talked about the power of Peyton Shiflett. The finesse, I don't think, gets enough credit. Putting that in just the right spot. Templeton will serve now. Jalen's got 2 aces, 16 assists today. What a day in the early going. That one partially blocked by Greensboro at the net. Templeton, Rokov on the attack, off of the fingers of Payne into the crowd, and Greensboro finally in front here, 11-10. Quick whistle as a volleyball got loose on the side. Now we're ready to go. Templeton on the serve. To the front it goes. Attack there on the near side. Greensboro ready to play. Quick dump there for Templeton. Good job by William Peace just getting to it, but hitting it into the net now is Chenigo. And Greensboro's lead is 2 for the first time in set number 2. Templeton surprised them with the quick over. Chesson to Payne. Having to get this one over now is Yates. Mayfield, Templeton, and a quick push. Del Castillo partially blocked, but falls down for another Pride point. 13-10, and we have a timeout. Greensboro has finally started to gain a little bit of momentum here in set number 2. They lead it 13-10 as we step aside here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Pride lead it 13-10. It'll be Templeton on the serve here following the timeout. Jalen sends it airborne. Going to the back corner. Did it catch? Yes, it did! Jalen Templeton could not have hit that an inch further without it going out of bounds. Just found absolute perfect placement. 14-10 Pride. Templeton again on the serve, taken there by Chesson. Brilski over across to Yates. We've got a whistle, and that's going to be a violation on William Peace. 15-10 Pride. Another serve coming here for Templeton. Jalen sends it across to Chesson. A diving attempt there from Brilski, lines it into the scorer's table. Greensboro's largest lead now, 16-10, here in set number 2. Templeton on the serve, sent up, and a well-placed shot. Or at least I thought, yeah, it was. No, it was too strong. I thought it was well-placed down the boundary by Caitlin Bailey. That one sent over, and a quick attack there. Put right back by Del Castillo. They're jousting for it at the line. Now Templeton to Rokov, trying to push it in for the corner. Too far. No, it caught. Rokov just catching the near side boundary. 18-10 Greensboro now. as the Pride have really started to stretch things out here in the second set. Templeton on the serve to Payne, hit there by Brilski. The attack there from Bailey. Greensboro sends it right back, but too strong, out of bounds. And it's 18-11 now. This will be Brilski on the serve, sends it across strong, but Mayfield is there up front to Templeton. Shiflett trying to send it across. We've got a whistle and a foul. Point Greensboro, and it's 19-11. Substitutions coming here. Looks like it's going to be Brecken Barr. Also, Kelsey Brooks, the official, talking to the William Peace head coach. Well, we mentioned this was pink out this evening. Quite a lot more still coming this week as far as pink out games are, as far as they go. Is this discussion continuing, I think, about the substitutions? Took a minute to get the substitutions all figured out. Soccer on the road at Southern Virginia tomorrow. That's women's soccer. Men's soccer will be here at home tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pregame show beginning at 5:45 tomorrow. Volleyball taking on Methodist on Thursday. That's a road contest. We'll tell you the rest in a minute. As Barr's serve out of bounds off of the hands of Alyssa Saba, and it's 20-11 Greensboro. Volleyball with a tri-match against Pfeiffer and Randolph on Saturday. Football on the road at Belhaven. And women's soccer with their pink out game on the 18th against Meredith. Another one out of bounds off of, this time it was Tamika Adams. 21-11 Greensboro now. Barr on the serve. Well, there's two volleyballs over there, so she throws one out of play. Barr sends this one across on the serve to Payne. Brilski, Adams the attack, and point Greensboro, too strong. A little bit of confusion there for William Peace. They thought they had the point. But Greensboro gets it 22-11 now. Is an attack error by Tamika Adams. That is the 10th of the game for William Peace. Greensboro's committed 6. Barr on the serve. Too low into the middle of the net, 22-12. Couple more substitutions here for Greensboro. Larkin Baxley coming in. Anjali Allen in for the Pride as well. Serve coming from Janicek. The Barr to Baxley to McCown. That attack just catching the top of the net, going over. Now an attack the other way, blocked by McCown and Allen. Point, though, will go to Peace. And it is 22-13. Not sure if maybe they got a piece of the net there or not. 22-13. Sent across Janicek, too strong. Point Greensboro, 23-13. Greensboro's lead is 10. More substitutions coming here. Cody coming in for Klingensmith. It'll be Cody, Brooks, McCown, Baxley, Barr, and Mayfield on the floor for the Pride. Mayfield to serve. Sends this one across. A low liner and out of bounds. Off of the fingertips of, I believe that was Janicek, 24-13. Mayfield looking to put the finishing touches on it. Sends this one across. Diving to get it is Janicek, and she cannot do so. Greensboro wins the second set 25-13, looking for another conference sweep. One set standing in the way of that. Pride lead at 2-0. We'll step aside to the Greensboro College Sports Network. Getting ready for the third set. And at the end of the second, they took a moment to recognize Peyton Shiflett. 1,000 career kills for Shiflett. What an incredible year she's had, incredible career she's had. Her third year here. After transferring away last year, comes back for her senior year. And a lot of the seniors all talking about, pretty much to a person, there was one last thing that they still needed to accomplish, and that was to win the conference. Klingensmith sends this one across to begin the third set. Tip there, Rokoff keeps it alive, but too strong. It's a point for Peace, and they have started all three sets so far by scoring first. Serving now is Brilski for William Peace. Sends it across. Well, nope. Off the top of the net. 1-1. Serve error from Brilski, her second of the match. And Templeton will go now for the Pride. Jalen sends it across. And that one will fall after just one hit. some miscommunication for the Pacers. Helena Myers hit it, and there was no second hit, so Greensboro with a 2-1 advantage now. Templeton seeing if she can't build that. A collision between Myers and Payne. Ball falls down after one hit, 3-1 Pride. Templeton looking for another. Sends this one across, hit there by Chesson to Brilski. Back to Chesson. That attack partially blocked. Shiflett to Templeton. And that is just too strong from Del Castillo. 3-2. Jalen Templeton with 6 aces today. That one sent over to Young to Shiflett. Free ball there from Templeton to Brilski to Payne. That one sent over by Bailey. Kept alive. Rokov's attack partially blocked in front. Brilski with it to Yates, who smacks it straight into the net. 4-3 Pride. But yeah, finishing up that thought. Most aces so far this year. Templeton needs one more to tie the season high for Greensboro. Mayfield now over to Brooks. Across to Payne. Brilski Yates hits that one too strong. And it's 5-2 Greensboro. Young's 7 aces against Trinity Baptist the last time out for the Pride is the season high. Shiflett sends this one near side. Chesson, that's going to be hit there by Bailey, and a free ball sent over there by Brilski. Too strong, out of bounds. 6-2 Pride. Shiflett sends it across now to Payne. To Brilski. Coming up on it is Yates, partially blocked. And Templeton dives. Can't do anything with it. 6-3. Jordan Chenigo sends it across to Mayfield. Templeton keeping alive with one hand. Brooks just getting it over. And an attack there and a point from Caitlin Bailey. Bailey going across court, finding some open space, and the Pacers pulled it within 2. Chenigo on the serve. Hits this one across to Mayfield to Templeton. Rokov partially blocked. Diving for it is Brilski. Calling for it, Chenigo. Yates trying to push it across. That's partially blocked. Goes to Shiflett to Templeton. Rokov again on the attack, too strong. 6-5. Chenigo on the serve. Just getting that one over, going down to get it, Brooks. And a quick dump there by Templeton. Good job for the Pacers to get it. Then they do the same. Greensboro ready for it as well. The attack there from Brooks, partially blocked. William Peace about to send it back over. It's a free ball there, Brilski. Templeton sending it right back now to Chesson. To Brilski, over across to Yates. That one blocked by Rokov and Del Castillo. However, it falls on Greensboro's side, and it is 6-6. Chenigo on the serve. Strong, but Brooks plays it to Shiflett. Back to Brooks, trying to push this one into the middle. Taken there by Yates. Brilski, a quick dump over. Del Castillo with a quick return. Here comes Yates trying to push it over again. Now to Brooks. To Templeton. Shiflett trying to send it into the near corner. She does. Peyton Shiflett gives Greensboro the lead again, 7-6. On a night where she surpassed 1,000 career kills, Peyton Shiflett, the first player in double figures tonight with 10. Mayfield on the serve, sends this one across with Chesson. That one blocked there, combo of Cody and Brooks. Now the attack goes the other way. Greensboro ready for it. It's Templeton. Now to Rokov trying to push it into the middle. Score! Rokov just past the outstretched arm of Gracie Payne. It's 8-6 Pride. Mayfield on the serve. Just catching the top of the net and falling for another point. An ace there for Mayfield. They don't care if they're how pretty the serve is. They just care if you get the job done, and it does there for Morgan Mayfield, her 4th ace of the contest. This one sent across to Chesson to Yates. Brilski just sends it over. Mayfield calling for it. Now to Templeton. Now to Cody. Too strong. 9-7. No, they're going to say tipped at the front. William Peace beside themselves. Greensboro looks surprised as well. They're going to say tipped. I'm going to be honest, I thought that's William Peace point also. I did not think that Cody's attack caught anybody's hand as it went across. And I honestly, Greensboro's team, I would say, as surprised as the Pacers are. And I think the officials are going to get together and talk about it. So a lengthy discussion here. Cody hit it with a lot of force. And I'm seeing a lot of shrugging from the officials, and it looks like nothing will change here. Actually, it will. They will give William Peace the point, 9-7. Coach Bozarth unhappy with the ruling. I will just say from my vantage point, I think the correction is the correct call. A coach getting his money's worth here. And looks like we're about ready to go again. It'll be Hare on the serve for William Peace, and the Greensboro faithful are up and at it now. Coach Bozarth egging them on. This Pride team is going to have the quote-unquote 12th man, so to speak, or the 7th, if you will. They are fired up now. Hare to serve, and pushed across by Rokov. Brilski attacked by Yates, and that is off of a fingertip of a Greensboro blocker to catch the back line, 9-8. Failed to mention Lineberger checked in for the Pride a few moments ago. Serve again by Hare. Lineberger to Mayfield. Across to Brooks. Brooks on the attack, going down to get it. Chesson right back over to Greensboro. Templeton to Cody. Cody! Oh, excuse me, I got choked up there. But Taylor Cody absolutely putting an exclamation mark on that attack, 10-8. And the official is apparently unhappy now with the Greensboro fans. You know, I hate to say when the official, makes it a little bit about them, but he's kind of taken over the game a little bit here in this third set. Anyways, Brooks on the attack. Good job there. Dug out nicely by Payne, and out of bounds it goes. Point goes to the Pride. 11-8 Greensboro now. Burson on the serve, sends it across. Payne to Hare, and a quick push on the attack. Cody now gets another. Taylor Cody has caught fire. That is kill number 8 for Taylor. Greensboro leads by 4. Serve coming from Burson. And Burson can't quite get it over the net there, 12-9. Service error will be the 5th such error for Greensboro. Serve here by Myers, the freshman. Myers sends it across to Lineberger to Templeton. Here's Brooks on the attack, partially blocked, hit there by Payne, and jousted for at the net. Chesson just going to have to get it over. Lineberger gets one. Mayfield dives, can't get a second. You see some smiles there from the Greensboro team. Just trying to keep it alive, not quite able to do so. 12-10. William Peace once again not going away. Myers serve taken by Mayfield, quickly pushed over by Templeton. Chesson with a free ball over to Burson to Templeton again. Here comes Brooks on the attack, and it's off of the hands of Hare, and a point for the Pride, 13-10. More substitutions coming. Young and Shiflett, Lineberger and Brooks coming out. Grace Young on the serve. That one sent across and touched there, jousted by Shiflett. Shiflett now going on the attack, and she will score. Peyton Shiflett. Her attack partially hit there by Helena Myers, but cannot change the trajectory of that ball from Shiflett, and it's 14-10. Now this official on the near side's saying something else. I don't know. Not happy with the way a ball was brought in, I think, by one of the game day staff. Anyways, Young sends it over. A quick return. Greensboro with another point. Some real quick one touches back and forth, and Shiflett able to capitalize with another. It's 15-10. Young on the serve, into the top of the net, 15-11. Serve coming here by Payne. Payne sends it across to Mayfield. This one high. Burson calling for it. Here comes Shiflett. Shiflett just punching it into the middle. Shiflett scores. Kill number 13 for Peyton Shiflett. Greensboro leads it 16-11. It'll be Klingensmith on the serve here in front of a raucous crowd here in Haynes Gym. Klingensmith sends it across. Dabrowski attack Chesson to Burson. Greensboro with it the other way. Templeton. Shiflett again looking for the back line. Can't quite find it this time. Chesson's really just going to have to get it over, which she does to Shiflett, to Templeton, to Del Castillo off of the top of the net, kept alive again by the Pacers. Again, the attack going towards the back line. Greensboro tries to keep it alive. They do to Young. Shiflett tries to get it back over. That's going to be hit there by Hare to Brilski. Nice job on the other side by Young. A quick once over. Now to Young, back to Shiflett. Shiflett going down the line and again kept alive. Here comes Chesson on the attack. That's blocked. Templeton, Del Castillo, exclamation mark, 17-11. What a long volley back and forth. Greensboro with some momentum there. You can see it on their faces. Klingensmith to send it across to Hare, to Brilski, a quick dump over to Young, to Templeton. Back to Shiflett. Shiflett just trying to poke it down the boundary, but it's going to be kept alive there by Myers. Attack there by Chesson is again blocked, but this time not enough for Greensboro. It's going to be a William Peace point. 17-12. Serve here coming from Brilski. Brilski on the serve, a low liner. Burson goes down to get it. It's Mayfield now. Now to Shiflett. Has it rejected in front. I think that was Chenigo getting a hand on it. It's a point for the Pacers. No, it was out of bounds. It's a point for Greensboro, 18-12. Great block from Chenigo, but Karam's so strong it went out of bounds. Here comes Templeton on the serve. Hit there by Myers to Brilski. Here's Chesson on the attack. Mayfield going down to get it, gets a hand on it. Now it's Shiflett all the way across to Rokov. Free ball goes over now to Payne, to Brilski. Here's the attack there by Bailey. Shiflett dives, Young dives, only can get a hand on it, 18-13. William Peace again trying to make this one interesting in the third set. Serve there, Chesson. Going down to get it is Young, now to Templeton. Across to Shiflett. Partially blocked, doesn't matter because Shiflett gets the point, 19-13. Peyton Shiflett. I don't know if they have a radar gun on some of the balls that she hits, but I gotta admit, I'm curious. Shiflett goes down to get that one. Nice dig. Now Rokov on the attack, partially blocked. Good dig there by Brilski. The attack there coming the other way from Bailey. Greensboro with it. Now the attack. Del Castillo partially blocked, but an entire point, 20-13. Greensboro can smell the finish line. They cannot hit their foot off of the gas yet. Shiflett on the serve, sends it across to Yates. Yates on the attack, partially blocked up front. Templeton, quick, trying to push this one over now to Payne. Brilski trying to do the same. No, it's going to be going just down the net, and it's going to be a point Greensboro on an extra touch for William Peace, 21-13. Alex Carefoot about to check in. Nope, never mind. Timeout is going to be taken by the Pacers instead. 21-13 your score here in set number 3. Greensboro looking for another conference sweep. We'll finish it up when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Following the William Peace timeout, Shiflett on the serve to Chesson, to Brilski. Across to Yates, partially blocked in front. Del Castillo just got it over. Yates now hits this one high. Brilski, and then pushed over by Chenigo, and Greensboro cannot pick it up on the other end. Shiflett was there, but Chenigo gets the point. 21-14 now. Chenigo to serve. Just gets that one over. Mayfield goes down to get it. Good up now to Carefoot. To Templeton. Templeton finding the middle of the court. I think Jalen more so intended it to be a free ball more than anything, but William Peace lets it drop, 22-14. Mayfield on the serve now. Sends that one, just catching the top of the net and down. An ace for Mayfield twice. She's tickled the tape and scored the ace. 23-14. Greensboro in the home stretch. Mayfield again on the serve. Yates to Brilski. Attack there by Bailey. And the point, 23-15. Hare checking back in, coming out is Bailey. Hare on the serve. Hare sends it across to Barr. Going down to get it was Baxley, just kind of pushing it over. Here comes Yates on the attack to Mayfield. Mayfield can't go down and get it. 23-16. Kind of felt at times during that point Greensboro was more so just holding on more than anything. Hare on the serve. Barr to Baxley. Pushed over by Carefoot. Brilski going down to get it. Now it's Yates. Sending it over is Chesson. And the block there by Tamika Adams. 23-17. Pacers come crawling back. Sent across now and too strong. Greensboro now 1 point away from picking up another conference sweep. It'll be Burson on the serve. Burson sends it across. Hit there by Payne to Brilski, to Yates, to Mayfield on the other side. Now to Barr. Across to Brooks. Brooks trying to finish it up. It's going to be Payne. To Brilski again. Yates trying to get it across again to Mayfield. She does. Barr trying for the quick touch. Adams is there and says no. Tamika Adams has been tough at the net today for William Peace, and they've cut the deficit again to 6. This will be Elena Myers on the serve. Myers across to Mayfield. Barr and Adams jousting for it. Now sent over by Chesson to the back line and catching the back line. William Peace on a little bit of a run now, 24-19. Myers again on the serve. Just getting that one across. Diving for it is Barr, and another point for the Pacers. 24-20. What once looked well in hand for the Pride is now not so sure a thing. Myers on the serve. Mayfield, see if Greensboro can settle down. Barr to Cody. That's kept alive for a moment and out of bounds. Point, Pride. Set, Pride. Match, Pride. Greensboro wins it 25-20 in the final set, and they will win the match again 3-0, taking care of William Peace here this afternoon. Greensboro improves to 16-2 and 10-0 in conference play. Greensboro improves to 10-0 in conference play. That is now 11 consecutive victories. William Peace falls to 8-12 and 1-7 in USA South play. We'll take a look at some of the numbers. We'll have a couple of players here, hopefully as well. We'll get a hold of, not sure who all we'll have. We'll see who may be available. So before we get too far, we can, actually we may get head coach here. I don't want to get too far down a rabbit hole going through something before we get this started. And yeah, I think we've got Coach Bo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Well, hey, another conference win for you guys. You run your winning streak up to 11, but this was a pesky team you had to deal with today.
Yeah, William Peace is a fantastic team. They scrap. Setter's really good. She moves the ball around a lot. And I think anytime we play a team in conference, we're getting their best shot. So they were just digging balls up all over the place. So Really good job, William Peace. Happy to get the win for sure.
Absolutely. Well, it kind of seemed like, you could look down the stat sheet and your big three, if you will, had a big night today. Again, Mayfield and Templeton and Shiflett. Obviously, we can't say enough about her, but I thought I was really impressed by the front tonight. Del Castillo, Rokov. Talk a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to, zero in on Peyton Shiflett and try to block her. So the more we can move the ball around and get other people involved, Skylar, Taylor, Carla. Actually, I thought Kelsey Brooks really turned it on after a tough first set where she didn't get much down. She started putting the ball away, and we're a much different team when both of our outsides are putting balls down.
Last question here for you, Coach. You guys just seem like a well-oiled machine, and you don't look too much at the big picture at record or whatever. You take it one match at a time. Talk about how you keep this team focused.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about is, like, every game matters. Don't look past anybody because all teams in USA South are good. And you're getting their best shot every time. So we got a 4-game week, and we just said we can't look to Saturday playing Pfeiffer. We got to take William Peace first, then we go play Methodist, a really good Methodist team that beat SVU last week. So one game at a time, one day at a time.
Coach, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Coach Bo, as we had a chance to talk to him. Now we've got Skylar Rokov here. Hey, Skylar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, fantastic. Great game today. 7 kills for you today. And just tell me a little bit about what was working. It looked like it was a tough day on the net all day.
Yeah, I think we worked really well together. Coach has been telling us to play like champions. I definitely think we did that this game. We came out strong. We didn't let them come back at all. So I think it's helpful when you have a team like this. It's easy to play well.
Tell me a little bit about how you guys have been able to just mesh together as the years gone on. You have a lot of veterans. You got a lot of young talent too on this team. How is the chemistry work for you guys?
I think we're all a really good group of girls. We all love each other. We love to hang out on and off the court, so I think that really helps. I mean, Coach does a lot of great stuff for us during practice. We have Monday Fun Day, so we play games and stuff like that. So I think that's been really helpful. I just think this year, honestly, I can't even tell you what it is. We've just come together really well, and it's been so fun to play with everybody. I'm so happy.
Well, the last question here for you. This was a really pesky team and hard to put away, and William Peace went on a little bit of a run there in that third set. Tell me a little bit about how you guys buckled down and got it done at the end.
I think it was pretty much all our errors, and we came into the huddle, and we were like, we got to figure this out and figure out what we have to do to change this. I think we communicate really well, and we try different things. We push different things even when it's not working, and I think that gives us a bit of an edge because no one really expects us to try different things when we're down, and then we come out on top.
Well, Skylar, you guys sure did today. Thank you so much, and enjoy that win.
Thank you.
Had a chance to talk there to Coach Bo and to Skylar Rokov after Greensboro takes down William Peace today, 3-0. Why don't we take a look at some of the final numbers here as we wrap things up here today. As far as team numbers are concerned, kills go 39-30 for Greensboro. Attack errors 13-10. William Peace with the 13. Hitting percentage 165 for the Pacers, 302 for the Pride. 37 assists for Greensboro, 27 for William Peace. Service aces 15-2. You want to talk about a big number? That may be one that we circle for today. 15 aces for Greensboro today. 5 blocks for William Peace. They were tough along the net all day. 44 digs for the Pacers, 51 for Greensboro today. Individual numbers for William Peace. Leaders in kills. Chesson had 8, 6 each for Bailey and Yates. Assists 22 for Brilski tonight. Aces 1 apiece for Payne and for Myers and Diggs. Payne had 13, 11 for Brilski today. For Greensboro, leader in kills, Peyton Shiflett with 15 goes over the 1,000 kill mark for her career. 9 for Taylor Cody, 7 for Rokov, 5 for Brooks, 2 for Del Castillo, and 1 for Templeton. Assists 29 for Jalen Templeton tonight, 3 for Mayfield, 2 for Larkin Baxley, 1 each for Carefoot, Burson, and Grace Young. Aces tonight, 6 of them for Jalen Templeton. Morgan Mayfield had 5, 2 for Brecken Barr, 1 each for Shiflett and Burson. And Diggs tonight, Mayfield with 16, a lower number for her, but got the job done with 12 of them for Shiflett as well. 9 for Grace Young, 3 for Rokov, 2 for Templeton and Brooks, and 1 each for Lineberger, Cody, Del Castillo, and Barr. So for Greensboro, what's coming up next? We'll take a look at the the upcoming schedule for Greensboro College. Tomorrow, men's soccer is here at home. Women's soccer is on the road in Buena Vista, taking on SVU at 5 o'clock. Men's soccer will host Southern Virginia at 6. We'll be on air with the pregame show at 5:45 today. Then on Saturday, or 5:45 tomorrow. Then on Saturday, women's volleyball is at Methodist. That is a 7 o'clock tip for that one. Then on Saturday, a busy day, as women's volleyball will have another tri-match against Pfeiffer and Randolph. That is beginning at 12 o'clock. Pfeiffer and Randolph will play each other in that middle set, so 12, 2, and 4, the schedule there. Football on the road at Belhaven. That is a noon Central Time kickoff, so that'll be 1 o'clock here in the Eastern Time Zone. Men's soccer on the road at Methodist at 7 o'clock that night. And then women's soccer at home, 2 o'clock against Meredith. We'll have that one for you as well on the Greensboro College Sports Network with the kickoff of that one. Again, we mentioned it too. Pregame show is at 1:45. One last check around the USA South here today. Warren Wilson and Brevard got today's action going in the early slate. Again, a couple of non-conference games for Brevard and SVU today. Brevard getting it done 3-0 against the Warren Wilson squad. Bridgewater and SVU, not seeing any stats on that one yet, so we'll have to check and see what happened there. Pfeiffer and Salem in a conference match earlier today, as well as North Carolina Wesleyan and Meredith. And then that one, Meredith getting it done with the sweep of the battling Bishops. Salem sweeping Pfeiffer as well. 25-10, 25-22, 25-14. And why is that important? Again, because Greensboro takes on Pfeiffer on Saturday. But that'll wrap everything up here for today as we get set to turn our attention to another tri-match this weekend. But Greensboro takes care of business today against William Peace, winning it 3-0. That'll wrap everything up here. A big thank you to our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Weidenhouse, our producer, Marion Manley. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good